Hello everyone and welcome back to Cities by Steven. You're talking to Steven. Welcome back to the channel. If it's your first time here, please hit that subscribe button. Get that bell notification on too so you don't miss out on the next episode of Brockton County, an Ontario themed city. And make sure to hit the like button too. The like button helps out the channel a lot. Welcome back to the city of Brockton County, or the region of Brockton County. Last episode we started building up Shatner Heights, which is a new neighborhood out by the airport. And boy oh boy is it coming along pretty nicely. So this the centerpiece of this neighborhood is trams, and we're kind of squeezing it in a pretty awkward location, but I think it's a pretty unique build. This tram line is going to run very far outside of the city, so this is going to be almost like a suburban tram line, which is pretty cool. It's not something you see every day in Canada, unfortunately. So that's going to be kind of the goal of today's episode as well, is we're going to continue that expansion of this neighborhood westwards, and then we're also going to do a pretty unique little thing with our festival area. We're going to try to get a tram into the festival area. I know I said last episode that I was going to do it at the end of the episode, but I don't know what happened. I was just having a blast talking, building. The episode just flew by, just absolutely flew by. So got to make sure that in today's episode we actually do that. So we're going to really focus on trams right away, and then we'll dive into the building of the neighborhood. What's in store for Friday's episode? Well, I think we have a bit of problem with some resources in the city, so we are going to check that out in Friday's episode, and we're going to maybe incorporate some train network extensions as well. Yeah, there's just some difficulty with getting some resources to market, or we're not making enough, so we'll have to check that out in tomorrow's episode. Enough of those funky little plane mitosis things happening. So yeah, this is the neighborhood of Shatner Heights. As I was kind of waiting for some demands to get back up, I was just doing some small detailing. So we got some paths in over here. Really helps fill in the landscape. I did some fencing over on this side. And then also over in here, I finally made sure that we actually got condos in these locations over on this side of Reynolds Station, because they weren't really coming in. So there's that. I also remembered another suggestion from last week or 2 weeks ago, was to just extend the larger road a little bit farther on Evans Boulevard. So yeah, all right, so let's go back to Shatner Heights over here, where this is kind of where we left off. So we built up this area. It goes all the way over into here. So we're gonna try to fill in the space. I think in today's episode, after we get our tram connection into our festival area for a pretty unique little event space, I don't think we're gonna touch this side with builds, like with residential or anything like that today. That'll definitely be saved for a future episode. But I want to try and see if we can incorporate a connection in this area. I'm not really too keen on revising anything to do with the highway here, but I think maybe we can get a method of connecting this area into this area. I think that'll be pretty cool. And then also in last week's episode, we built this tram bridge. So we changed up an old bridge, which was a favorite on the channel. It was one of my favorite bridges as well. But I think this really meets the needs of the city today. The old industrial bridge that we had here before was needing to be changed up a little bit. Anyways, so what's in store? Well, let's start building out over here. So we have the tram coming all the way over here, and then we bring it right across the highway. And how on earth are we going to get the tram line into here? So this isn't going to be the same, line like Shatner Heights tram line 1. I just need to get the rails from here into here, and there's tons of opportunities that we can do that. That's not really a concern. It's just like, how specifically are we going to get it across? Well, if this tram line is going to continue into the neighborhood over into here that we're going to be building, first of all, I think what we should do is we should build that tram line out. I think it'll be important. So I think actually what I'll do is I'll go into the parallel tool here, and I'll say parallel all the way from here to here. All right, and then I need to invert it, so Control Tab. Oh, I think this happened last time I was doing something with this. Ooh, gotta make sure I'm selecting the tram road first, though. There we go. Okay, parallel. Let's go from here to here to here to here. There we go. So we are on that other side. And then we just need to use the plus and minus keys to extend it out. So the reason why I'm kind of choosing to go this route is because I feel like with a suburban tram line, I think we don't need as many stops. So I think if we just kind of get it to kind of just end right here. Let's actually just delete this little bit here. Ah, there we go. Okay, so we're just freaking out a little bit. That's interesting. Okay, well, I think we'll get a bit of a tram loop over here. I think that's the goal. So if we, oh no, bring this out a little bit. Let's turn our guidelines back on. That's what I was looking for. And then we go into the one-way tram tracks. Yeah, and we turn our guidelines off. Just bump that out. And then from about here, we bump that in. Let's go into the network multi-tool. And let's go create curve. Go from here to here, from here to here. Click that in, and I'll just try and bring that out a little bit farther. I think that works. Just gonna scooch it over a little bit more so it's a bit more centered. And then we'll just go into this tool, make sure that everything's a-okay there. And that's how the tram will turn around. So now we need to connect it up. Let's turn our guidelines back on, that's helpful. Let's turn node snapping back on as well, that would also be helpful. All right, so that is how the tram is gonna work on this side of Shatner Heights. But that doesn't really answer the question on how we're gonna get this across here. Well, I think how we want this to happen is I think I want to bring the tram right through here. We'll change up the road, and then we'll make it a tram only road right into here. And then I'll bring this tram road into here, and then we'll make it a tram only road. Well, it can't actually be because we need city services to come in this area. We just have to ban cars on it. So I think that's where we're gonna do it, because I can't bring the tram through here at all. I could bring it around onto this side, but I mean, that could work. We could try and weave it a different location, but I think kind of the best option we have is to branch it off. And like, this is only going to be here for services. Like on event days, theoretically, the city would like bring trams into the festival area. So it doesn't need to be perfect, it just needs to work. So what I'm proposing is we take the tram only road and we divert it. Let's turn our guideline off. Let's turn node snapping off. Right here to here. And then I just connect it up like that, because we don't need the tram to go in this direction at all. So what I need to do now is go into here, into this node, and this tram line can go into that direction. That direction. From here, we're not turning the other way, so that'll eliminate that, and this one's going to go right into here. Fantastic. Okay, and then we can bring this slightly closer. You know what? I think I'll just pave it in. Just try to line these up though. All right, so now it's, do we go over or do we go under? And I think, this is a tough one. I think we're gonna go under. If we go either way, we're gonna have to do kind of like a loop back. We're gonna connect into here. I don't mind if we connect like into this intersection and then bring the tram all the way across. I don't really mind that, like across the road. But I think under is the way to go. So let's do this. Let's put on node snapping again. So we actually snap into the right location. We'll go straight. Turn node snapping off again momentarily. And right. Let's click that in. And then we're going to start curving, I guess. So right through here, we'll curve under. So I'll get another node right there. Get a node right here. Let's pause the game. Yeah, I think it's probably best if we then curve in like so. Connect that in momentarily. Okay, so let's grab the rail, and what we're going to do is we're going to elevate this piece of rail. Oops. There we go, and then this one and this one. Let's make sure I'm just grabbing those though. So let's just grab. There we go. Let's lower this down. Oh, there is another node. Okay. So let's grab that one. Let's say get to the same height. And then we'll just continue lowering it until I'm comfortable with that height. I think that works, but there is a light post in there. So let's just try and hide the light post. So I think that's good enough. Now we just need to go from this point all the way to here. Oh wait, sorry, wrong tool. We need to go into the network multi-tool for this. Actually, I think we might be able to go from here actually right to here. 3%. I think that's fine for trams. If I'm not mistaken, trams can take a pretty good grade. 3%, that's pretty good as well. I think we'll have to leave this one. Okay, so let's just do a bit more work with these train lines. I'm gonna upgrade this piece here to elevate. Do these ones as well. I think we're gonna have to do that one as well. Okay, let's do some smoothing work. Smooth out the terrain. Let's extend it a touch more. Okay, and then looks like this needs to be elevated. So we'll make sure that this is elevated now. Fantastic. Okay, so I'm pretty sure people can actually walk along this, which might actually make for an interesting pedestrian connection if we choose to. Yeah, you know what? I think I might do that because there's no real way of walking. You can walk into this neighborhood, but not into this neighborhood. I think I'll just do it, maybe a desire path from here. Let's go. Node snapping, no guidelines. And what is a desire path? Well, desire path is a path that you see that people just have made themselves with their own feet. And enough people have done it that it creates like a path onto itself. So we'll do that. And then it looks like we need to now bring this tram road into the festival area. That's the term. A bit of brain fog today, apparently. My brain is not working as it should. Okay, so I'm gonna pause the game again. Looks like I never actually had it unpaused. Let's delete that. Let's go into just trams. And I want to use the tram road. We're gonna turn on node snapping again. This one is going to snap right into here. And then we're gonna go back into road. We're gonna go into this one. Just like that. And then I'm gonna use the same road, but we're gonna need to now go into traffic manager, and we're gonna go into parking, vehicle restrictions. Yeah. And I don't want any people driving down there. We need everything else. Oh, and no taxis either. And no buses, but I don't think there's any buses because we need trucks because they need to make deliveries into the commercial zones. We need recycling because, they need that. And emergency vehicles. The day before the festival, I'm sure there'll be lots of deliveries, right? Okay, so now this still works as a connection. So people can still walk across, everything's a-okay there. People can still drive and drop, this kiss and ride here, they can drop them off, they can come around, loop around. And now we're into the zone here. So we definitely need to still use this road though, because if we use the tram only road, I'm pretty sure you can't zone on it. Let's go to zoning. Yeah, you can't zone on it. Could be zoning right here and then over here as well. So we're gonna need to use this road for this, and I don't mind that at all. So let's use the same one. Let's pause the game. Let's turn collision off. Click it in. Turn collision on again. Nope, let's turn collision off. We're going to bring this right into here and like that. And then what we're gonna do is go back to the tram only ones. You know what? I think there's a bit of a better one, a better road actually. So if I get the two lane. Yeah, let's try this one out actually. Yeah, I think this works a little bit better. Okay, we'll clean everything up, don't worry. Pretty much what I'm concerned about is fixing this up now. So now that we got this all back, let's go into zoning. That should be good. Okay, I'm gonna delete that. A little surprised that zoning isn't a full 4 square, full 4 1x4s at all. That's a bit surprising, to be honest. But that's okay. Let's select this building. Oh wait, that's not how it works. We'll go into here. I'm pretty sure it is farming, and it's this one. Let's go into this one. We'll place that right there. We'll wait for it to come up. We'll make it historical. And let's clean this area up a little bit. No, I think this has to be pavement. Trying to find that happy middle, you know? It's the difficulty with this. It's also not like a perfect square. Like, it doesn't square everything off perfectly either. So the pavement does need to end at some point. I think that works. Let's just zone this in really quickly. Let's go into here and let's try to see if there's any other fun commercial assets that we can kind of have in here. That one looks pretty cool. A little market. I don't think a market is really what I'm looking for. Looking for like, what the heck is that? It also looks like a market, but that one might actually work. That's probably parking, isn't it? Is that only 3? Oh, that kind of works. Okay, we'll do that. And then I'll take this one off. There we go. We can also add in zoning right here because there's a couple other things like right in here that could be cool. That's just like a fruit stand though. This one might be nice. All right, I'm gonna get distracted. So let's, oh, wrong thing. Let's make it all gravel. And then we're over here now. I think we can do the same thing right up into here. Yeah, it looks great. Okay, so we need to make a bit of a teardrop for the turnaround. So I think we can just go into the 1 unit, no parking. And let's bring it out. Bring this one out. And then let's make sure collision is off or on. And then I'll just kind of wing this connection. Bring this one right into the middle here. Bring this one forward. Doesn't need to be perfect. Just for them to turn around. I'm not even going to get a stop in there. It's not what I'm looking for. Let's turn this around. There we go. Let's go into the traffic manager really quickly. We'll do that. And then let's just try and make it seem a bit more uniform. Alrighty, so we got a bit of a hub over here now. That works. And now let's get a little stop in here. So how is this going to really work though? For it to turn around, I think we're going to need another road right through here actually. So let's upgrade this. We'll upgrade this. We'll do the same thing on this side. Let's turn node snapping back on. Yes, this is a little unique little build. It's a great recommendation. I think this would be really cool if this was actually in like a festival area. And yeah, you know, I like if you leave suggestions in the comments down below, there's a good chance that I'll build them. So I keep note of every single suggestion. And sometimes I forget for a little while, but it's still in my book, so I'm not gonna forget it forever. So if you don't see your suggestion, your name suggestion for a build, like a community, you know, you can leave them ahead of time too. If you think of a great name suggestion for a build, you know, just keep note of them. And sometimes things just take a little bit longer to get into the city, especially since we're doing 2 cities as well at the same time. It can get a little confusing. All right, so let's get that tram line in. So this is the festival tram line. Let's get it to stop right here, and then the next stop is going to be right here, and then it's going to turn around. get one right here. And we'll end it. Well, I mean, we could also do something a bit different. We could make it a stop way more often and just have like one tram on the entire thing. Yeah, I think we can do this. Okay, so this is the festival tram line. So it's probably the newest one. Festival tram. And we only want one. And we'll see if people actually use it. Let's make it a fun color. Let's make it like lime green. And we'll come back to this later on in the episode to see if it's actually being used at all. But I think we can just fill in all this space with dirt. I don't really want any concrete except for the road the tram needs to be on. But yeah, all these cars that are coming in here are just they should be just vehicles that are required. But it looks like people are just driving right up. Oh, and that's a garbage truck. And that's a post van. Okay. So that's kind of working. But yeah, I mean, this is pretty cool. This also kind of gives us, we can, you know, extend this into a real road eventually, and then that'll be an access point into this area over here. We've already kind of built this up, so that's fantastic. And now we're into this area over here with the trams. So yeah, let's continue building up the area here. We've pretty much done a pretty good job at planning out for some zoning. Now that we're past this point here, I don't think I want to do any more commercial over here. I think I want to make this entirely residential. Oh, I also forgot to add trees into this area. I think this is a lot of surface painter this episode. It's almost like a surface painter dedicated episode. Okay. So, you know, we're getting some more residential over here. Let's check out the land value in this area because, oh yeah, look at that. That's bright green. It's not so much over here. We do have an elementary school over this way. But I think if we add in a park, that would be most beneficial. So let's go and grab a large park. They're a bit too big, eh? Okay. Why don't we plop this down right here in this awkward little corner? And I think actually if we rotate it to the other side, I think it might give us a better... No, it doesn't. So it doesn't really matter how we did it. But this also kind of gives us a nice little connection here with this stop over on this side. Let's grab some dirt paths and let's just extend this park into this whole asset. Or whole asset, holy cow. Whole block. Like I said, sometimes, you know, when I started recording, I was like, I'm ready. I'm ready to talk for an hour straight. And then, you know, we started to get going, and my brain just doesn't want to speak as fast as I want it to. So we'll take that off right there. I don't mind these larger blocks. I think that's kind of fun. I also added some zoning over here before the episode began. Let's get a little corner store right here. Why not? And then we'll get residential everywhere else. This tram loop is not going to stay. Now I was thinking about connections, because technically if you're coming from this neighborhood, technically you can just turn right and then you're in. But what if we were to bring this road out and just have a single connection point? I don't think that would really be harmful, would it? So we make this a two-way road, just a normal road. And let's make sure we have our guidelines on so we actually build it properly. Bring it out to about right here, and then we'll go into the highway and we'll just do something like that. You know, I don't think many people are going to use it, but I remember driving around somewhere. I don't exactly remember where. I saw this exact situation. So it freaked me out because I was driving on this road. Like, what would be this road? And I was like, I'm not wanting to go on the highway. How do I turn around? So, you know, do a 3-point turn, but it's pretty funny. Okay, that's a nice little park that we added in over there. Library, we don't have a library over here at all. We could go for the larger library, but we've kind of already used that prime library space. We do have one over there. So why don't we just get like a community branch of the library? So we'll say that's the really small one. And let me place that. I know we just built a house over here, but I think it's more beneficial to have that right there. So we'll delete that. We'll see what happens over here with the zoning. Okay, we'll take off that then. Alrighty. Yeah, we'll just do that. And we'll fill in around here with some trees. It's a bit of a buffer. And then over here, I think we can also, I think we said the theme of this area was that the highway was built much later, and there would have already been buildings here from before. Okay, let's check our water. And looks like we do need to extend it out. And this one's gonna just connect up over here. And I know I'm not doing it under the road, but we're just about to build roads in those exact locations. All right, so before I get too far with this, so we'll connect these ones up. Ooh, I don't think this whole road was done properly. I didn't have node snapping on. Or is it this road? Looks like it might be this road. Okay, let's connect off of this one. And let's try to line it up with this. Then that should be properly done. Okay, let's try to keep a consistent grid now though. So that would be right here. And then we can bring this one out. Touch. Let's bring this one out again, and let's go from this point. Nope, there we go, that's perfect. And then we can delete this. And we can delete that. Oh, though I was talking about doing a connection across here. Let's actually revise this whole block then. So how we're gonna get a connection across? Well, we do have a sudden elevation change, so I don't think a tunnel is the worst idea in the world. A tunnel underneath this area here. Missed water somewhere. So I think because right now what we're doing is we're making just a large cul-de-sac in a way, right? So I would like to get another connection point. I do not want to connect into this because this is a highway, technically. It doesn't look like a highway. We didn't use highway roads, but in a way it is just a change in systems because this is where you get onto the collector and then the expressway. So I think if we line up the next road, so it's right here. Let's bring this one down. And let's bring this to connect up like that. Perfect. And then right here, what I'm going to do is we're going to go into tunnel. There we go. So from here, do that. Let's see if I can lower it down. Let's go to 12. I think that's the height we need it to be. Okay, fantastic. And then how we're going to connect this up? Well, I think we're going to connect up with this road here. But the thing is, though, the terrain is really off. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to just build a road over top of the rough terrain. And then we're going to realign it the way we want it to be. Let's go back to ground level, please. Ground level. Let's get off of this. And I believe if we stay on the same grid, which doesn't exist. So I think if we keep this road at 90 degrees, pretty much then, we'll take it right to about here. Let's go 50 units out. Then we go back underground here. And then we go into curve. I think we'll be able to connect up like that. You know what? I don't think that this piece should be. I think it should be like that. Okay. And then let's try to even it out a little bit. So I want this to be perfectly even. So we duck down under, and then once we get to the exact area we need to be, the exact height, I want to try to keep that. So let's find the middle node here. Perfect. This is it. Let's kind of straighten it out. Let's bring it right underneath the highway. This one here needs to be lowered a lot. We'll stretch this out like so. Let's go back into that. Let's lower it again until it's kind of flush. This one, I think we can lower a touch as well. All right, and let's go into this tool here, and we'll try to line this up. Okay, so I think if I go start in this mode, I think this works. So we do that, and then hold shift. So there's 3 nodes in here. I don't think that's going to be a good idea. So let's remove a node. Let's remove the middle one. Let's then go back into here, align. Try to level that out a little bit. So it's pretty steep, yeah, but that's okay. We'll get this one to extend out to about here. I think that works. Yeah, okay, and then we'll do the same thing. So let's go from here, whoa, to here, to here. Yeah, perfect. So we're at the same height, and we're gonna just clean this up. And this definitely needs to be cleaned up, that's for sure. So we go into this tool, we go into tunnel. Let's actually make sure that these were actually at the same height. Oh, they weren't, but it's probably close enough. Let's just try to straighten this out a little bit. Always a little tricky trying to clean things up while being kind of switching between tunnel and non-tunnel mode. Okay, so we need to clean things up, so we need to go into this tool, smooth it out. This is going to open up this whole area for future development as well, which is something I really like to see. don't think we're going to develop up in here. But Beach Street, what a convenient name. I think what we'll be able to do though is we'll be able to develop this area. Probably move the helicopter depot somewhere a little bit more. I was gonna say realistic. It's not realistic at all. The helicopters are a bit funny, aren't they? So we'll level that out. Just try and create a little bit of a plateau here. Okay, so then come and drive right under, and then you're into this town over here, or this development. Let's smooth everything out. Whoops, let's undo that. Meant to grab the smoothing tool. Okay, that's probably good. And then we're going to probably just forest in everything over here for the time being. Some fallow land. Bring that all the way into here as well. Yeah, I think that works. And that's probably the highways right away right into here. I think it kind of lines up as well pretty good. So we'll just fill all that up like so. Residential. And this will be residential as well. And then we just need to continue the grid. So we'll bring this up. Just like that. And then bring this one down. And up. And then I guess we can turn it into a tram road at this point. Okay. Okay, we'll end that off over there. Let's extend this out a bit farther. And I'm just gonna redo this part. Sorry about that. 8 units. Oh, no, sorry. I'm trying to get one more block in here. That isn't right either. Silly Steven. It's 10 units I need. Alright. Alright. Could extend that out. No, let's leave that. So we have, you know, the extended grid. I say let's get another little pocket of commercial right here. And what I'll do is I'll get a pathway around. So we'll go with just a basic city path, I think, actually. Guidelines. Just like that. We do need to figure out a way to temporarily turn this tram around again, actually. So I think what we'll do is we'll just move the tram loop down until we develop. I just don't want it running all the way down here for no reason. I mean, technically, I guess we could get a stop over here or something like that for the festival area. But that's not what that's not really the purpose that I'm kind of going for. So in a way that could actually work though, right? Because if we get a pedestrian, you know, maybe bridge or something across into this area over here, or we could get the tram to loop around right now. No, let's stick with this. Maybe let's get a bit of a crossing down here. Let's go into node controller. Let's grab this node. Let's make it a crossing. Then let's pull this node right to here. We're gonna need to formalize this path. So let's do this then. So I know it's no longer a desired path. But there we go. Under the rail line, you can cross right here. So maybe down the line we'll get a different kind of tram system going. But for right now, we'll then get this to come right up into here. And then, oh, bit of an autosave. Curve around, and this is where we'll get the stop. So now technically people can take the tram from here and walk over to the festival area. Yeah, I don't really know how practical this is going to be, but there is a crossing there, so everything's fine. Maybe we can have, maybe theoretically we can say that the on festival event days, there's like an express tram that runs and stops right here, and then it can also go in or something like that. But I think this works for now. Let's grab our tram line. And do we want this tram to run all the way from here down and then continue along? I mean, I do like the idea of long trams personally, but let me know down in the comment section what you believe would be the best kind of situation for this. So we're gonna bring this down over here. We'll add a stop right there. We'll add a stop right next to it. We'll add a stop right here, then right here. And then we're gonna grab it. We're gonna add a stop. Cannot find path. Did I mess up earlier? Oh, it looks like something did mess up. That's interesting. Probably when I was changing the elevations. Okay. Well, let's go back into the trams now. And now we should be able to grab it and add a stop right here. Okay, so now that we know the stop's over there, let's grab both of these. Let's grab both of these and we'll scooch it over to right about here. Let's actually just delete that. I don't think it didn't look like it's a proper end piece anymore, so I'm just wanting to curve that. Yeah, again, it doesn't look like a proper end piece. So I'm going to delete that, and we're just going to try to swing this part out then. Yeah, see, it made that change again. I'm sure it's fine, but oops. Just want to be extra careful since this is an interesting development that we're doing. Yeah, see, there we go. Okay, I think it's gonna be fine. I'll watch it, see if anyone actually does use it or not. Let's go back to the trams. We've got stops right here. Let's go and find a crossing point. So if we go into node controller, let's add a node right here. And I'm just gonna make it a crossing. It is, okay, fantastic. And I think the trams moved a little bit. They did. But we're right at the crossing point now. So I think that's probably good to know. And then the trams will run all the way down here. So it's a bit long, but you know, in the future we'll do this area up. 14 vehicles. I think that maybe let's just bump it up a little bit more. And we'll see if we need to extend it. But yeah, okay, so this is coming along pretty nicely. We got all this in place. I think what we can do now is, since this is just the suburbs, we can just fill it all in. Let's bring this one down right to here. And then we'll have a bit smaller houses. Okay, and then right along the train line, this is the last thing we'll do. Right along the train line, I like running a zoo fence, because it seems like theoretically it would keep things a bit quiet. Looks kind of like a sound barrier. So we're up to that point. All right, fantastic. And then this kind of gives us space to either, you know, we can run a couple paths. That could be fun. So we'll run some paths right to there, for example. That's probably good enough. Actually, we don't really need to run another path through this area. But why don't we run a path right to here and then down. Okay, that works. And we have some zoning over here. Okay, perfect. So we'll just fill in the rest of this with trees. And we'll wait for everything to come in. I think we'll just finish off by just, you know, completing the zoning. Ooh, let's make sure we have zoning off of this road. It's an oversight from a long time ago. Fill all that up. All right, and I think maybe just a little fence around this area would do wonders. So let's grab that. Let's go into freeform. And we'll just make sure we have a bit of a fence right along the highway here. Definitely don't want people sneaking on, walking along this way. I mean, I guess I could have just upgraded the highways, but that's okay. We're doing this right now. All right. So I guess we'll just fill in the rest with some trees as we wait for everything to develop. And yeah, I think today's build turned out pretty nicely. Let's check out those trams. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna do. Find the tram. People are using it, all right. Fantastic. Okay, so we got one tram. Let's put two on just for funsies. All right, so that was a great suggestion. I think this all worked out. I don't see anyone. Oh, people are using it. Okay, let's just find out where this. I don't want to end today's video, apparently. Let's find out where this person's going. Nice, they are using the tram. Okay, so it works. I guess in a way we could have just created like a secondary one where, you know, it was a bridge and over, instead of having kind of these, having to cross the tram line over here. But it works out great. Let's check out this tram line then. 102. All right, I think we'll just need to let them unbunch a little bit. But yeah, so that's today's episode, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think down in the comment section down below. And in tomorrow, Friday's video, I keep saying tomorrow, we'll be looking at some resources and some train lines. If we have time, maybe we'll do a bit of development in this area since we do have a connection now. So let's maybe do something like this for the screenshot. All right. Have a lovely day, folks. Talk to you soon. Peace out.